Alrighty, here we go. Taking out the Wasp V3. Gonna ride 1550. I love this 1550. It's just so user-friendly, really fast, lots of speed, lots of control. Been trying to do some different turns and stuff, so gives you kind of a great range of user-friendliness that is not found normally in a wing this size. So 1550 V2 still a staple in my setup. 60 liter, 85 mass. V3 Wasp. So it is definitely a version of the last one. It's not like a whole new redesign. So if you like the V2, this is a really nice improvement. And the main things I've noticed is that a much more rigid frame. You can see that center strut's giant. So when you like sheet in, it's like an old camber induced sail, like pop, the thing like snaps right in place. These we got custom colors, which is really cool. The Ozone, you could do custom colors, logos, like whatever. We saw, we did a factory tour recently, and just the precision of what they're making is absolutely insane. How they go through their software, their program. Their factories in Vietnam, so really nice working environments. Like you could have eaten off the floor, it was so clean in there. And you know, watching them do like Kai Lenny's custom wings and stuff was really cool. I'm also going to try out this PKS harness line. I used it once or twice. Using the slingshot nug here. It's pretty good. You know, I'm gonna be really overpowered, so it'll be interesting to try this, you know, fully jack powered up. Not the biggest fan of the harness, but I think it's practical for a lot of people. On this Wasp V3, the other thing that I really like is that these handles are just really comfortable. Probably the most comfortable handles. They're not like super rigid, but they're very soft and plush on your hands. So if your hands are getting toasted by a bar or by, you know, a lot of the handles are just really like poorly sewn together and bad webbing and stuff. So these are super comfortable. I did find that having these 3 rungs in the back is nice, except for the best balance I found all the way out to this one over here, the one all the way back, which was just too wide for my arm. So when I bring my hand in, it had a little more backhand pressure than I liked. But, you know, again, not that big of a deal. And then other characteristics is that this wing goes through the wind window really easily. I'm trying to do some different tacks and jibes and had pretty good success transitioning through the window with that. Yeah, overall I've been really impressed with the V3. A nice upgrade, but it's not like a whole total departure. So if you have V2s and want to upgrade one of your sizes to V3, it's not going to be like different, you know, totally different wings. They also changed the sizing some, so they kind of tighten them up, so they're like, you know, 4.3, 5.0, 5.7, so like kind of change it up to be a little bit closer in size, so you have a little more precise setup. So time to get the old helmet on and get out there. Let's go. This thing's really stable. It luffs out great. I'd say it's a lot better from backwinding than the other one, than the V2 as well. Like, I'm way overpowered on this 5. It doesn't backwind bad at all. This is the will it sit on its handles test. Overall, I've had really good success with this wing sitting on its handles. If I spin it around like a lot, sometimes it will go over, but even so, like most wings that would be like that, they would just flip right over. So it's nice that this thing sits on the handles even when it's really windy. Like, I'm way overpowered on this 5, or I wouldn't say overpowered because it handles the wind well. I just say at the top of the wind range, and that's like probably the biggest, one of the biggest differences with the V2 is that this thing handles like the overpowered conditions a lot better than, the V3 handles the overpowered conditions a lot better than the V2, because it really doesn't, like I was forcing in the wind. I took this out purposefully just to try it with the harness and try it with, you know, see if it was backwinding. But a lot of wings, like you get overpowered and you have to almost push that front hand out, and it gets really wonky and weird, whereas this one just feels really balanced. It still goes into the wind, has a little more drag when you're this powered up, but it's really light feeling and luffs out great. So very impressed with the V3. Like the thing with Ozone, what they do really well is they just make good quality products that are lightweight, well built. I mean, going through their factory tour is so impressive. They inspect every piece of cloth and material, right? And the fact that you get these things custom color, custom graphics, whatever you want, is really quite a cool thing up. See, passed the flip over no handle test. So you know, pretty impressed that this thing just stays in the handles when it's this windy, even when it wonks to the side. So overall, definitely really like the Wasp. I've been using it a bunch lately. Downside I'd say is that back handle, like your mid handle, is just too much like pull. Like it has too much pull response. I wish it was a little more balanced on that mid handle. I could go to the back handle if I need it, but it's not that bad. But just when you're riding toe side, it kind of tires out your back arm a little bit. And then, you know, having ridden some wings with the hard handles, they give you a really direct feel. So it's, I kind of always imagine like, hey, what would this wing be like with hard handles? It'd be a lot more aggressive. It'd probably be a lot less like easy to ride, but also, and it would add more weight, but it also might give you a lot more performance. So and those hard handles are nice just to roll one side or the other. Like, you know, sometimes when you're tacking and stuff, you kind of have to like push the wingtip up to get it to cross over. But overall, like, I think this is one of the best all-around wings on the market for kind of those mid-size ranges. Every size I've used works, and you know, totally great quality, and impressed with what Ozone puts out. So time for more sessions. Oh, there's a V1. I'll go track that dude, see what it looks like. Oh no, that was the V2. He just went in. All right, more water time. Forgot to mention before, V3's got a lot, oh, there it did, flipped over the handles, but that's one of a few in this session. V3's got way more pop for, I think the more rigid frame gives it more pop, but definitely more pop than the V2.